So this weekend, we celebrate Palm Sunday or Passion Sunday. Palm Sunday because of the palms that are passed out and that we wave in our procession into church. Passion Sunday because we read the Passion of our Lord. We get a bonus gospel here on this Sunday because we read a gospel before we process into church. We read Luke's account this year of Jesus coming across the Mount of Olives and triumphantly entering the city of Jerusalem. All four of the gospel authors tell this story, but what's unique about Luke is that he says that the people say, peace in heaven and glory in the highest, which echoes what he said the angels said there on that first Christmas day when Jesus was born. Our first reading is from Isaiah. It's from what is known as the servant songs. There's 4 servant songs in the book of Isaiah. This time we're reading the 3rd servant song. The servant songs depict a figure who's obedient to God, suffers for the sake of others. This passage, these servant songs, have always been interpreted as foreshadowing Jesus Christ, who embodies that suffering servant. Passage highlights Jesus' willingness to endure suffering and humiliation and obedience of God's will. Our second reading is from the book and the letter of Paul to the Philippians, and this passage is often referred to as Christ's hymn. It's believed by scholars that this was a hymn that was proclaimed by the people, and Paul took it and adapted it into his letter to the Philippians. And it's interesting. So the letter is written about 62, 63 AD, so about 30 years after Christ's death and resurrection. And the letter, the hymn, so beautifully portrays and explains the incarnation. It's really profound to think that the people were singing this hymn about the incarnation 30 years after Christ's death and resurrection, that they already recognize that significance of Christ and the incarnation. The hymn describes Jesus' self-emptying, right? His willingness to take on the human form and to humble himself to the point of death on a cross. Paul adapts this hymn to say that that's the way we all should be, with that humility, with that willingness to humble ourselves in front of God. Our gospel is Luke's account of the Passion, right? And on Good Friday, we'll hear John's account. On the other years, we'll hear Matthew and Mark's account of the Passion. A significant difference in Luke's account of the Passion and his account of the Last Supper, it's there that he places the argument about the apostles, about, who's first and where they should be and all. Matthew and Mark have that, but in other places in their Gospels. But I think Luke is trying to send the message here, tying back to the servant song and tying back to Paul about that humility, that as Christians, we must first be servants, that it's important to be that servants, to take on that attitude of Jesus Christ, that humble attitude as a servant.